Hi, this is my Hoya update on the Hoya plants that live inside of tank with orchids. A while ago, probably a year ago, I decided to put them inside of tank, and I made a little holders, like little hooks on the walls, so Hoyas could climb the walls and create nice green background for my orchids. And I think it works pretty well. Hoyas do like environment in my tank, warm and humid. And yeah, so this is my, from the corner, from the left corner to the right, this is my Hoya vitellinoides. It's a really nice Hoya with large leaves. I let her have the whole corner here. And I started it with a very small cutting. I think there was like 2 leaves or so. And look now, it's growing, there's more leaves. And the leaves are really gorgeous. They have veins and patterns. And the color is beautiful. See, that's Hoya vitellinoides. It hasn't bloomed yet for me, though. And in the next corner is Hoya Flores Island. See, it's large too. It has large leaves. There are veins too, but they're kind of like same color as the leaf, but they're quite prominent, and the leaves are pretty shiny. Looks nice. Yeah, I think because the leaves are so nice, I think I will let her go through the top of the tank. And it also grows pretty fast. See, I also started it as a very small cutting, but look, it's the vines are long, and it even went to the other side. So it grows on 2 sides. It's a Hoya Flores Island. Hasn't bloomed for me yet too. The next one is little Hoya serpens. It used to be larger, but at some point something went wrong and it just dried off a few branches or vines and dropped the leaves. So I was able to salvage a little piece, to save a little piece. And I propagated from that piece, and that's now it's growing. I think it's growing well now, but it's much smaller than it used to be. And here I have Hoya thomsonii, which grows a lot. Look, the vine goes all the way around, and the leaves are very fun. They're hairy, and they're actually hard like cardboard. Very fun. It produced me a whole bunch of little panicles. See, there's panicle, and there are a couple panicles there, but it never bloomed. I think sometimes they do that they create panicles, but they don't bloom. I don't know why. Maybe it's not strong enough to bloom, but it definitely grows a lot. So I'm trying to give each Hoya a little space on the wall to fill it in. So this Hoya has all the space. So vines can go around, and I will add little hooks as it grows, as it needs more. But for now, there's enough for her, I think. So that's Hoya thomsonii. And on this side of this air plant mount, it's a Hoya rotundifolia. It also grows well, like considering that all of those Hoyas were started as small cuttings. Some of them weren't even rooted. I think it's a great progress. Like if you see my previous videos about these plants, they were much smaller. So there's panicle 2 on the Hoya rotundifolia. Hasn't bloomed yet, but I think it's getting stronger, and maybe someday it blooms. So see, this is new vine when it grows longer, I will guide it back to the wall. And then it'll have all this space around the mounds to climb. It's Hoya rotundifolia. And there in all the way behind the orchids is my Hoya fitchii. Also the one with nice patterns. See, those stripes and veins. And yeah, it'll have all this corner to fill up. It doesn't grow very fast, but I bought it as plant, not as cutting. It was like a starter plant. It grew a bit, but there's only one vine going on. I would expect it to have more. Maybe, well, I don't know what's preventing her making more vines, but I'm hoping it'll fill up all this corner at some point. It has potential. And now we'll take a look at the bottom of my tank. And here at the left corner, I have Hoya finlaysonii, which grows a lot. See, it's pretty messy. It grows every which way. And I'm just, every vine that grows, I'm just trying to put it on a little hook to hold it up. But yeah, I'm letting her have all this corner, all the back, because I think it likes darker conditions, shadier, and it's doing good there. So that's Hoya finlaysonii. That little one in, behind my phalaenopsis is Hoya erythrostemma. It doesn't grow as well as the others. I don't know why. So in all this time, it only created me one vine and the 3 leaves. That's not much comparing to the others, but it's still alive, so that's a good sign. Maybe it's just slow growing plant. Hoya erythrostemma. I'm not even thinking about flowers yet. Probably take more time to grow into stronger plant. But yeah, it's growing. Like the leaves are not very pretty, they're just green, but this Hoya has very pretty flowers. This one should be erythrostemma pink. There are different varieties, yellow, pink. So this one is pink. Hopefully we'll see the blooms. Now moving to the right, this is my Hoya callistophylla, and it just bloomed recently. I posted flowers picture. See, that's the spent pentacle. I posted flowers picture on my community tab. If you want to see, you can go, it's still there. This is the one that did nothing for like a year. There was a cutting, very small cutting with just one node with 2 leaves. And it didn't do anything for a year. And then suddenly it started to grow a lot. See, there's one more pentacle coming, which might bloom soon too. And yeah, it does not need too much light to bloom. See, it's a heavy shaded. And it does not need to be very big plant to bloom, because it's still tiny. See, I like it. Hoya callistophylla, the leaves are gorgeous. And moving to the right, it's my Hoya caudata, and you know what it has? A little pentacle. If I could focus on it. See, there's a pentacle with some buds of Hoya caudata. So when the buds open, I will post the picture. I will post the picture on the community tab. It should be pretty. It doesn't grow very fast, Hoya caudata. But again, see, it doesn't need to be too big to bloom, and it does not need to be grown very bright. It's very shady in there, almost dark, but it's still blooming. And beside her, there is Hoya bordenii, which, oh, it's growing that vine, but doesn't do anything else. It's not very fast and not very well growing. Hoya, I don't know why. Probably I can figure out how to water it. Maybe it's too wet and then it's too dry, I don't know. But it starts to grow and then it dries. See, this is a dry part. At some point it was growing, then stopped and dried. I don't know why they do that, but they do that a lot, like especially this one. And here at the back is my Hoya ciliata, the cutting that I started from my large plant. I had a huge plant of Hoya ciliata that was really big but never bloomed. Finally, I got like tired of it because it took so much space and never bloomed. So I got rid of it, but I left myself a cutting. So I'm growing it again, hoping that maybe here in the tank, maybe it'll bloom. Because the large plant, I couldn't keep inside of tank. It was too big. Maybe this little cutting will grow here and on the walls and maybe bloom. I don't know. We'll see. Hoya ciliata. So yeah, that's my update on Hoyas that live inside of tank. I grow them in coconut coir mix. I don't want any soil, any dirt in my tank. It's only like soilless medium here. And if you look there, for example, that'll be visible. At the bottom of this pot, there are coconut husk chips, you know, the chunks, just to provide a bit of air there. They're more airy. And then on the top, I put coconut coir mixed with perlite, no sponge rock, that's white stuff, and a few pieces of horticultural charcoal, very small pieces. That's all there is. There's no soil in my pots, just coconut paste, coconut husk paste medium. And I think my Hoyas like it. See, they'll grow very nicely. And I'm trying to keep this soil, or not soil, medium, evenly moist. Like I don't let it to dry totally, but I don't let the water to sit there to be like soggy. I just moist, kind of, because I have fans here, and they help to evaporate the water. Also, I wanted to mention about the fertilizing. All my Hoyas get the same fertilizer as orchids because I just reuse the water that left over from the watering orchids. I just use it for Hoyas. And I think they like it, Hoyas. They're okay with orchid fertilizer. See, the leaves are strong and big and shiny. They look healthy, I think. So if you also grow orchids, then I think you can use the same fertilizer for both. And I use Dynagrow Orchid Pro liquid fertilizer for my plants, for all the plants here in my tank. So yeah, that's my Hoya update on all the Hoyas that grow in a tank. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.